So this is Analog Circuits 18 EC42 Module 4 Lecture 6. Op-amp with negative feedback, comparator, zero crossing detector and Schmitt trigger. So we'll be speaking in the part 1 over here about comparators and zero crossing detector, and we'll speak in the part 2. Might be it will go to the next session in the Schmitt trigger. Okay. So let us see. So first is the basic comparator. The basic comparator looks something like this. So what is it we have given? Here we have given the reference voltage through the resistance R to the inverting terminal, and to the non-inverting terminal we are giving the input signal, okay, input signal. But and also we have connected to what is known as protective diodes. Generally they are known as freewheeling diodes. Okay, so that the input between the two will be restricted to the drop across the diode, whichever is forward biased. Either this or this will be forward biased, and whichever is forward biased will have the 0.7 voltage either in the positive or negative direction, depending upon the inputs over here. So these are known as protective diodes, so that input side is protected. In some of the amplifiers, these protective diodes are inherently put. Therefore, we don't need to put them separately. Okay. So now what happens is, if this voltage is greater than this voltage, V in is greater than the V reference voltage. So that is positive is greater than the negative. That just means that output will be high. Output will be the high value, saturated high value. That is little less than the plus VCC, plus VCC, little less than that. So if this is 15, might be the saturated value will be plus 14. If the V in value is less than V reference value, then we will have the minus terminal at a higher potential than the plus terminal. So therefore, the output will be minus VEE. This is a comparator which will give either voltage which is plus VSAT or minus VSAT. Plus VSAT will be 1 voltage less than VC plus VCC. Minus VSAT will be you can say magnitude wise.
Power on. Connected.
Why the device is getting disconnected, I don't know. Okay, so magnitude wise, it will be 1 volt less than whatever value we have, will be the minus VSAT compared to this. So if this is higher than this, we will have negative voltage here. If plus is higher than minus, we will have positive voltage here, because this is acting like a comparator. Okay, that is only because we have not connected any other feedback resistor or anything at all in this circuit. So no feedback resistor, so therefore amplification is very high. Amplification is very high means here, even if we have a very small voltage, that will be amplified by the open loop gain, and we will reach the saturation which is either the positive saturation or the negative saturation. Okay, so that is what is specified over here. We have a fixed reference voltage of 1 volt at minus, and the time varying voltage V in at the plus value. Whenever V in is less than V reference, V in is the positive point connected to positive point, that is less than V reference. We'll have at the output the negative value which is minus VSAT, almost a little less than minus VE, because the voltage at the negative input is higher than at the positive input. On the other hand, when V in, which is connected again at the positive point, is greater than the V reference, which is connected at the negative point, then V naught will go to the plus VSAT. So thus, the output changes from one saturation level to another whenever what you call V in is equal to, it goes above and below the, whenever the input V in goes above and below the V reference value. Okay, so we can see the waveform corresponding to this. Okay, so this is the input given over here. When the input goes above the 1 volt, this is the input. V reference is the fixed value, which is 1 volt. The V input goes above the V reference value 1 volt, then at that time you will have the positive output. When the V in here goes below the V reference value, that means for the below portion, the output will be the negative value. So you can see that because we have chosen V reference positive, the on period will be smaller than the off period. This is on period, this is off period. Our positive waveform will be lesser period than the negative waveform. If you choose the V reference to be something different, you can, here we have chosen 1 volt. If you choose it as -1 volt, then you will have the, what you call, so to say, the reference here, right? Reference here. So if the input voltage goes above this reference value, that is for the duration which is, from here till here. Okay, so input is more, so therefore output will be positive. Input is less during this duration, therefore output will be negative. So the, again, positive portion will be on, negative portion will be off. Okay, smaller, negative portion will be smaller, positive portion will be larger. So that is what we will have the waveform. Now the point to be stressed over here is the diodes D1 and D2 are unnecessary if we already have op amps with the built-in protection, but D1 and D2 might be necessary if the built-in protection is not there, and they are used to restrict the input voltage to between 0.7 volts to -0.7. Otherwise, the device will be unnecessarily overloaded. So we call them as protective diodes or clamping diodes, or sometimes known as freewheeling diodes also. So the resistance R, which is there here, okay, this resistance R and this resistance R is just used to limit the currents, right? They are used to just limit the currents. So limit the currents through the diodes D1 and D2. And also to reduce the offset, output offset problem, resistance ROM equal to R is connected between minus input and the V reference. So the ROM, if you see over here, the ROM might be connected between negative and the V reference. Okay, so this is another one, negative and the V reference is not shown in the figure over here. ROM might be connected. Negative input and the V reference. Okay, so if the reference voltage V reference is negative with respect to ground, with the sinusoidal signal appear to be positive input. So if we choose V reference negative, then again the functionality is not going to change, but only that the time period is going to increase for the positive portion compared to the negative portion. Okay. Okay. So now we will see another one that is exactly the opposite. So what is it we are doing here? We are giving the input to the negative, and positive we are giving the V reference. So V reference is connected to the potentiometer. This is a potentiometer which is 10 kilo ohm, which is between plus VCC and minus VE, and the V reference point can be varied. Okay, you can take it to the positive side, or you can take it to the negative side, or you can put it at 0. So depending upon the V reference value, again, if when the V input goes above the V reference, V in is at negative point now, and V reference is at positive point. If V in goes above V reference, output will become minus V sat. Whereas when the V reference is larger, or say V in is smaller than the V reference, then this is smaller than this, so this is larger than this, right? If this is larger than this, then we will have the output to be positive. So that means V reference is larger than V in, or V in is smaller than V reference, output will be positive plus V sat. So the waveform gets exactly inverted. For the positive portion of the input, you will have the negative value, that is minus Vsat. For the values which are below the V reference, we'll have the output to be plus V reference. So you can have the what you call reference as either positive again, or at 0, or a negative value. So here another waveform is shown where we are showing the reference voltage as a negative voltage. So below minus V reference, only this portion, at that time output will be positive. Above minus V reference, the what you call V reference, the input is positive, and hence the output is negative. Okay, output is negative because we have changed the position of the input and the reference voltage, right? So now we come to the zero crossing detector. Zero crossing detector just means we don't have the what you call V reference. V reference is connected to 0. V reference is taken as 0. So if you take V reference as 0, then only thing is the whatever waveform we had earlier, this V reference or this V reference will go to this point. So you'll get exactly almost the half wave. So you'll get the waveform like this, right? You'll get the waveform like this. Exactly at 0, you have, below the 0 volts, you will have, this portion. At that time, you will have the positive, on period, and for values which are input values above the V reference, you will have the minus V reference, right? So I'll stop the recording for this here, or rather pause the recording for this. We were discussing about the zero crossing detector. So now in this case, what happens will be the what you call, in some of the applications, the input V in may be slowly changing waveform. The input itself will be low frequency signal. If it's a low frequency signal, then it changes very slowly. Then the input V in may be slowly changing waveform, low frequency signal. Therefore, it will take V in more time to cross 0 volts. So it will slowly cross 0 volts. Therefore, V0 may not switch quickly from one saturation voltage to the other. So the switching from the positive to negative and negative to positive, which is shown in the waveform here, might not occur so fast. The other problem which will occur is on the other hand, because of the noise at the input op-amp input terminals, the output V0 may fluctuate. So whenever the voltage is input voltage is near 0, because of the noise might become predominant, and because of the noise, the output might fluctuate between plus Vsat and minus Vsat. So this is a big problem in the zero crossing detector, just considered now. So so that to avoid this, both of these problems can be solved by using the positive feedback, or what is known as regenerative, positive or regenerative. Similarly, whatever earlier we might have seen, which is negative feedback, is known as degenerative. Okay, this is positive and or regenerative. That was negative or degenerative. Okay, that causes the output to change faster and eliminate any false output transitions due to the noise signals. Okay, so we use positive feedback, and because using that positive feedback, the output changes will be faster, and they'll eliminate the false output transitions due to noise signals. So that's a very important point there. And such a mechanism is known as the Schmitt trigger, right? Now, how does this Schmitt trigger look like? It looks like this. Now, try to differentiate this with a basic non-inverting amplifier. Okay, non-inverting amplifier. Try to differentiate this with a non-inverting amplifier. In the non-inverting amplifier, what happens? Plus will go here, minus will come here. Split trigger, plus will be here and minus here. That's all. Okay. Now we'll see the operation later. First, I'm trying to compare this with a non-inverting amplifier. Non-inverting amplifier plus here and minus here. Split trigger plus here and minus here. Okay. That will, the changing of the terminals here will make the negative feedback into positive feedback. Effectively, you are making negative feedback into positive feedback. Now, what is the consequence of this? What is the consequence of this is what we will try to see, right? So, or you can also consider, no, you can't do that. Rather, you can just compare this between the split trigger and the non-inverting amplifier only. Okay. So now, what really happens is, now let us assume that the output is positive here. If the output is positive here, that is plus VSAT, the voltage here will be, okay, the voltage here will be, this is a potential divider kind of network, two resistors you have. So V0 divided by R1 plus R2 will be the current flowing here, multiplied by the R1, because this is connected to ground, multiplied by R1 will be the voltage here. So voltage here will be V0 divided by R1 plus R2 into R1. That will be the voltage here, right? That will be the voltage here. Now, till this value is lesser than this voltage, till this value is lesser than this voltage, this is higher and this is lesser. Till that time, the output will be positively. This is higher and this is lesser. Then till that time, it is positive, right? As soon as this value crosses the value of the, V0 divided by R1 plus R2 multiplied by R1, okay, it crosses the value, then the output will switch to the minus V0. Once it becomes minus V0, once the output becomes minus V0, this value now will be minus V0 divided by R1 plus R2 into R1. So as soon as this becomes negative, minus VSAT, the voltage here also will become negative. That is minus VSAT into R1 divided by R1 plus R2. So once this value becomes negative, now for the output to change to the positive value, this value should go down below the minus VSAT divided by R1 plus R2 into R1. Okay, so we have two different, what you call voltage levels. One is plus VSAT divided by R1 plus R2 into R1. The second level is minus VSAT divided by R1 plus R2 into R1. Okay, so the positive one is known as the upper threshold. The negative one is known as the lower threshold. Okay, thus we will have here the expression which is something like this. Upper threshold will be R1 by R1 plus R2 plus VSAT. Lower threshold will be R1 by R1 plus R2 minus VSAT. Okay, so that will be the case here. So what is really happening is, we can just see here. So the threshold voltages are obtained by using the voltage divider network, which is R1, R2, where the voltage across R1 is fed back to the positive input. The voltage across R1 is a variable reference threshold voltage that depends on the value and polarity of the output voltage V0. So when V0 is equal to plus VSAT, the voltage across R1 is called upper threshold voltage VUT. When V0 is equal to plus VSAT, then the voltage across R1 is called VUT, upper threshold voltage, and which will be definitely equal to VSAT divided by R1 plus R2 into R1. So the input voltage Vin must be slightly more positive than VUT in order to cause the output V0 to switch from plus VSAT to minus VSAT. So as long as Vin is less than VUT, V0 will be equal to plus VSAT and the VUT will be equal to this value. As soon as the V in goes above the, V in goes above the VUT value, okay, then the output is going to switch to the minus